We need to get moving with the order of the teams in the AFC North. Who do you have in first place, Chris?
Oh, we're going first? You're going to start off first here with this one?
Let's do fourth. Let's do fourth. I flipped it for the West, but let's go back. Who's in fourth place?
I'm the Browns. I'm going with the Browns fourth. And it's crazy to say, with all the talent they have on their team, to say they're going to be fourth. But, yeah, I can't get behind it. It's a good division. There's been a lot of dysfunction there in Cleveland. You know, you're talking about an offense and a quarterback that barely played in the preseason, and when he did, it didn't even look that good in preseason game number 3. Now, I will say this. I recognize they have a favorable schedule where you can look at Carolina, the Jets, the Steelers, and the Falcons the first 4 weeks and go, they might have a better roster than all 4 of those teams. You know, maybe they are 2-2 or 3-1 to start. But where I start to look at it and go, oh, it gets real, is like when you get to week 5 and it's Chargers, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills, Bucks. Yeah, they get the Texans, but then it's the Bengals, Ravens, Saints, Commanders, Steelers. I don't know. To me, I can't get behind them. I don't trust it. I got to see the defense be the defense. I question defensive tackle. Jadeveon Clowney's a year older. Their defense feasted on the poor last year. You know, Amari Cooper, I'm not sold on that. You look at that, man, him outside on grass is not very good throughout his career. He's their new free agent guy. I'm going fourth for Cleveland. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, I agree with you. 11-game suspension for Deshaun Watson. Remember the story, the notion, the theory that the owners who aren't happy with Deshaun Watson contract wanted him to not miss the entire year, so the Browns have to check this off as year 1 and pay him $46 million next year. And what are you going to do with Deshaun Watson when he comes back? How good are you going to be? You're going to be 5-6? You're going to be 6-5? You're going to be any better than that? I don't think so when you look at that schedule. Browns in fourth place. Third place gets a little more interesting because we get the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens. Who's in third place among those 3 teams for you? I'm
going to take Pittsburgh here. I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I think with Pittsburgh, you know, they scare me picking them third because, like as we'd always discuss, and like your pasta and meatballs gut always discusses, like when they're backed into a corner, that's when they, you know, come back with the furious bite. Their defense does have talent, but I think with the offensive line, I just look at that and go, man, I question that. They're in a really good division. And I think where I worry about them a little bit is that bad O-line, and we discussed this a little last week, I believe, where they got to play some good defensive lines early. I mean, their first 8 weeks, wow, there's some good defenses. And to me, I could see them struggling a little bit, you know, to be 500 early. I'm not sold on them like I am the teams that I'm going to put at the top of the division. So I'm putting the Steelers third.
But that fits right into the formula.
I know.
That's why I can't put them third. But if not them, who? Who lands in third and gets all pissy because they're picked to be in third place? If you put the Ravens there, they're going to get pissy. If you put the Bengals there, they're going to get pissy. I'm going to put the Ravens there, even though I believe the Ravens can be good enough to get to the playoffs. And what the AFC this year? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at the teams. And then tell yourself only 7 of these teams are making it to the playoffs.
I know. That's why
there's a potential Super Bowl champion that isn't going to get a ticket to the table, and it could be the Ravens. I'll put them in third place. Reluctantly, I'll put them in third place.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I am. I certainly would not. I'm not. I'd be too. There's too many. I don't question that many things about the Ravens. I'm putting them first. I'm in second place. I'm going Bengals second place. I think they're going to be a little bit of like they're Super Bowl hangover to a degree. You know, yeah, you got a bullseye on your back, certainly. I don't know if they can replicate, you know, the end of the year magic that they had all year last year, all this year. I don't know, but I think they're a playoff football team. And I think, again, when you look at their schedule, I go, hey, there's no doubt that they're the better team on the field the first 3 games of the year. Now, I know they got to go win it. But their roster's better than the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the Jets to start the year. I could see them starting off 3-0. And like we talked about a lot during the offseason, I think last year was only a jump-off point. I think if the season continued after the Super Bowl, the Bengals were still getting better. And I just think that's going to continue with this young team. It gives them confidence. Their O-line is better. So I'm going to take the Bengals second, but it was tough for me to whether or not to take them first. But
so you got the Ravens.
Yeah.
You got the Ravens all the way at number 1.
Yes.
After not making the playoffs last year, you got them top of the division.
I do. I to me, they're one of those teams that I kind of just go, man, I don't know. Lamar's on a mission. I think whatever by this contract, their O-line should be healthy. And when that is healthy, it can be dominant. Running back, we're still waiting to get it 100%. Tight ends are great. I think the defense is going to be phenomenal. I just look at the Ravens roster and go, man, if they can just stay healthy, to me, I look at them and think they're, a major player in the AFC, in the hunt for number 1, number 2 seed in the conference.
Last year, what they did with all those injuries was a testament to the coaching skills of John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
You're right. You give him a full deck, and he – I reluctantly put him at third. You know what I think? First of all, Lamar Jackson at 230, 235, that may be a little bit too big for my liking.
I hear you.
I wonder if he's still going to have his burst and explosion, and I wonder at what point the contract gets in his head. Last year, it wasn't an issue because he wasn't talking to him at all. This year, he spent the entire offseason trying to get the financial reward that he deserves, and he hasn't been able to do it. Is it in his head this year? Is he thinking about it this year? He got that injury last year with a legal low hit. He was out of the pocket, took a hit to the ankle, missed the last 3 or 4 games of the season. I really wonder whether or not this is the year the contract gets in his head and maybe he plays a little carefully, knowing that contract is there. Kind of like Jadeveon Clowney last year at South Carolina. Remember, it was kind of like just the gas was a little bit off because you're thinking a little bit too much about the consequences of an injury. Yeah. And I hope that doesn't happen. The best way to make it not happen is to get the contract done, but that's my concern with the Ravens. I'm putting the Bengals at number 2. And sometimes in your life, you just have to trust the things that you have witnessed and experienced. Now, look, I've never been a Steelers fan, and I know that people are like, oh, you're a Steelers fan. I'm not, and I never have been. But I've been in and around Pittsburgh my entire life. I know how this organization operates. They've had 3 coaches since I was just out of diapers, for crying out loud. And now they have 2 head coaches in Mike Tomlin and Brian Flores. And they have a cripplingly good defense. And they've got a running back in Najee Harris who could explode this year. And they've got a pretty good group of receivers, as you haven't noticed. And I think they'll be fine with Mitchell Trubisky. And you got Mike Tomlin for the first time in his career without Ben Roethlisberger. This is his chance to prove what he can do. He said to Peter King, when Peter King raised all the negatives, bring it on. And, I know that this same mindset is what caused me to foolishly pick the Steelers to beat the Chiefs in the wild card round. But I just can't ignore everything I've ever seen, experienced, and felt in my entire lifetime of following the NFL, dating back to the moment Franco Harris caught the ricochet and took it in for a touchdown back in December of 1972. I can't ignore that. That's why I have the Steelers at number 1.
All right, that's fine. I don't agree with this pasta and meatballs in your gut. I don't. This is like ketchup and some crappy hamburger helper.
Let's see what happens
in there.
Let's see what
think
happens.
It's bad.
Bring it on. Bring it on. When you got 2 head coaches, you got 2 head coaches.
Okay.
And it's going to help the Steelers. Let's take a break. We're going to draft the candidates to be MVP for the first time ever in their careers when PFT Live continues right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.